So the Yankees sweep the Oakland A's in the Coliseum, the last games in the Coliseum. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Magic number is 1 to clinch the division, which is going to happen at home, which is fantastic. Magic number 3 for number 1 seed in the playoffs. So the Yankees can do both in the next series at home. They've got 3 against the Orioles, and they've got 3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So hope you're all feeling great about this Yankees team. I'm feeling pretty darn good about it. So shout out to everybody. We got Jay Palvis. We got the Buckeye here too. Who else here? Yeah, number 55 for Judge. That's right. Yep. Jonathan's in the building. Barney B. Yes, indeed. Peanut. What's up, Peanut? What's good? All right. Who else do we have here? Yankee Mike. What's good? My man, Mazza from the 4 Train Express. There he is. There he is. Jonah. John Satiro. Jesse. Shout out to all of you. Mike Sorrentino. Happy birthday, Jonah. Birthday weekend. Happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday. Quell. What's good? Jesse's. Yeah, 3 wins. We get the 1 seed. Magic number 3. So it could be a combination of things. But I'll take that 1 seed. You know, I'll take the 1 seed. Brandon Moore. These things going pretty quickly. Pasty. John Domino. What is good? What is good? If I miss any, Jace Pierre, what's good? If I miss anybody, my apologies. This thing's growing pretty quickly here. The magic number is 1 to win the division. The magic number is 3 to get the number 1 seed. That's the bye and everything else for the postseason. So they're both doable, and they're both doable at home, which is fantastic. Sean Browning, Drew Crawford experience. What is good, everybody? What is good? Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. Let's hit the like button as quickly as we can. Let's try to get the likes up to 100 if we can. Wink. What is good? What is good? Keep this relatively, let me see, relatively short and sweet because I've got dinner with my girls. Let me send this out too. Send this out to now to take a look at your messages. Satiro, Brandon, Billy Brands, Clemens is here. Clemenza. That's good. All the made men are here. The Consiglietti here is too. I see the Consiglietti. This thing scrolls too quickly for me sometimes. Damn it. Did I miss the Consiglietti? If I did, I apologize. Who else we in here? DM. Yeah. All right. All right. So, nice. We got another win. You know, and they did the right thing with Clay Holmes. We got to give 2 guys out. He put 2 guys on, and then you get a good key strikeout, and then they got him out of there. So I was glad that Aaron Boone did that. And this is what 92 wins for the Yankees now. 92 wins. So it's unbelievable. We'll box score this pretty quickly. Luis Hill 5 1/3. 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 Ks. Got his 15th win. He's 15-6. He's got 15. Rodon's got 16. It's fantastic. Blake, what's happening, Blake? Yeah, and he's looking good for Rookie of the Year, Buckeye. Him or Jonathan. I mean, him or what do you call it? Him or what am I drawing a blank? Austin Wells. Him or Austin Wells. And Ian Hamilton went 2/3 with a hit. Tim Hill threw a clean inning. Clay Holmes, putting in a 3rd inning. And Luke Weaver got the win. He got the save, his 4th save at 1 2/3 with 3 Ks. Really quickly, Gleyber Torres is 2 for 5 with a jack. He's up to 254, which is fantastic. Juan Soto got on twice today. Couple walks, scored. Aaron Judge was 2 for 3 with a jack too. He's in number 55 now. Austin Wells was 1 for 5. Giancarlo Stanton, two doubles, two intentional walks. He had a key double. He was 1 for 3, but a couple RBIs. Jazz Chisholm was 1 for 3. Jason Dominguez 1 for 4 with a second home run. Verdugo, he came in late in the game. Anthony Rizzo for 4. Anthony Volpe 1 for 4. So it's pretty simple box score. And really take a look here. Did the Orioles play already? Orioles lost 4-3, so we're now up 6 on the Baltimore Orioles. We're up 6 games on the Orioles. So that's why the magic number is 1 to win the division. So now we got the Orioles coming to town. We're off tomorrow, and then they play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against Orioles, Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Pirates. Coach Carl, what's happening, my man? We are 1 away from clinching the division. We're 3 away from clinching the number 1 seed, which is with home field and the bye and everything else. So I would imagine they have their sights set on that too. So, and this is a well-managed game. I know, a lot of folks don't like to give credit to Aaron Boone, but he's clicking the right buttons right now. And it looks like Brian Cashman brought in some of the right guys too. So, they play all the starters in the ball. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Deb, what's happening, Deb? Nathaniel, Jack. I wouldn't be surprised. DJ. If DJ retired, he'd be walking away from $30 million. So, Ohtani got another jack too. And got another jack. Was he at 53 now? Good for Ohtani. Really, good for Ohtani. Let me see here. All right. Jack, foot, what's happening? Guardians lost. Yeah. Yep. I think the Astros lost too, right? So NFE got his 1,000 subscriber. Congratulations to my guy NFE. It's a big milestone. It's fantastic. I'm excited for him. Strike zone. He hit the 1,000 subscriber threshold. Fantastic. Really. Him bringing in. Well, he's going to keep bringing him in because he's going to keep keeping him active. They can't just rely on Weaver for everything. Not going to wear Weaver out. So, that's the thing too. What? Filleted you on YouTube about talking about Boone? The comment was not original. I'll go back and look at it, Discus Dan. My apologies, whatever that. I'm not sure. I'll go take a look at it. Yeah, you're right, Clemenza. That is a real serious. I generally don't fillet people unless you were disrespectful. I'm not going to fillet you. Discus Den, but I'll look at it. Which video, Discus? Which video, dude? Yeah, let me know and I'll look into it. Your Discus Den and you someone else's Pacific Reefer? You're also Pacific Reefer? I'll take it. Okay, I'll take a look at it, man. Roy, what's happening? Roy CeeLo. Crawford. Everybody hit the like button, everybody. We got Jonathan joining us. We got Mazza from Ford Train Express joining us shortly, too. Just to celebrate this. Again, magic number's 1 for the division. Magic number's 3 for the 1 seed, which is the bye and home field advantage.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, what's your take, dude? How you feeling about this?
I feel good. I like where the Yankees are at the current, the way they've been playing especially over the last 2 weeks. I remember there was For some reason, ever since they stopped pitching lighter, it seems like they've been more relaxed, at least in
He
games.
pitched well yesterday.
Yeah,
Lighter.
I must have. Maybe lighter just needed a month to get adjusted after the trade.
I think he also needed a little bit of a break too. The Cubs wore him down
Yeah,
pretty well. He
the,
used
the
a lot.
Cubs,
I think he's going to be used differently next year with the Yankees. So he's got 2 more years here.
yeah. So
I do think he'll be used different. He's got to be used differently. He's got to be used differently. So because he does have, he does average 13 Ks per nine. Like he averages some stuff. RC, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. What are we saying here? What's up? One double away from the. He's got that right. Magic number 1 for the division. Magic number for home field plus. Everything else, the buy is 3. So, isn't it? I like Jonathan's sentiment, and I got RC too. It feels a hell of a lot better now than it did 2 weeks ago.
yeah, I mean, I remember there was a point, I believe it was August, that we were sort of down a little bit, maybe saying, I know you point out to the trolls saying fire Boone, fire Cashman, and you were mentioning that all throughout August, but where are they now? There hasn't been many fire Boone or Cashman online.
And to Jack's point too, am I noticing a difference in the way Boone is managing? I am, because I think the team is healthy now. And it makes it easier to manage better when your team is healthy. The reinforcements are here. The pitching is here. Pretty much everybody's all hands on deck now. And I've said this from the beginning. He does his best managing when he has a full roster to play with. Now he's got a full roster to play with, Jack. So that's the difference I see. I can't speak for everybody else. But, I mean, have you noticed the same thing, Jonathan? What are you saying? What's your take?
I think when he has a full roster, he makes better decisions. That's
You got the right
definitely makes better decisions. But another thing I would say is, in the success over the last month, especially, we can maybe it has enticed Soto to maybe not want to leave. I'm sure he's going to explore free agency,
of course.
but at the end of the day, the Yankees are going to make him an offer he can't refuse. I mean, I think look, Judge has another 8 years after this.
Yes, he does. And
So
I want
the next 8 years with Judge and Soto in the lineup, and Dominguez, if he reaches his full potential, that's going to be the outfield. I mean, unless they choose Spencer Jones over Dominguez.
We'll see. Unless they choose Spencer Jones for first.
Because Jones also was playing pretty well in the playoffs today.
Yep. I'm gonna. How are we standing in the playoffs? I know Jones has been pretty instrumental in their playoff run right now. Let me see. AA Somerset Patriots, right? Patriots. Where do we stand right now in the postseason? They won 4-2. Actually, they're winning 4-2. Bottom of the 5th right now. This is game 1.
Yeah, I think Jones was the winning 4-2 currently. Let me look at what Jones is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs.
Yep. So Jones is leading the brigade there.
Yeah.
Jack, I would agree. He seems to be more willing to pull a He generally stayed in, and then this is one of the other things. Like, he stayed with Holmes, but now that we have, they brought up Clayton Beater today. They've got these other guys who they can rely. We didn't know Weaver was going to turn into Mariano Rivera right now. So, but he has. We didn't know Cousins was going to be this good, but he's been this good. So, and I think one of the reasons why they stuck with Holmes was because we had a lack of options to a degree. Now we've got all these relievers back, right? So, like I said, going back to the reinforcements. By the way, I got to give a special shout out to NFE from the Strike Zone. I heard he hit his 1,000 subscriber
congratulations
milestone today. Congratulations to NFE, brother. Congratulations. Well deserved, my man. And big shout out to Ken, too, for being an integral part of that dynamic duo at the strike zone.
Yes, I always try to hop on when I have time to join it, to be in the chat.
Me too. Whenever I can, I do the same. John, I think Holmes will be gone by the end of the year. I don't think he'll be back next year.
Holmes is not returning next year, and
No.
I honestly, the only Yankee free agent that will return or most likely to return is Soto. Everybody else, Torres, Holmes, and everybody else is not going to be on this.
Yep.
Because you have almost $100 million coming off the payroll, and half of that might be going to Soto.
Yep. And again, we talked about this too. Like, they're going to get cheaper in left field. Verdugo's salary is going to go from $10 million to a minimum for Dominguez, right? Yeah. Rizzo's salary is going to go from $17 million to probably the minimum for Ben Rice. So
with Dominguez, you're going from $10 million to $700,000.
Yeah, for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
but
I think this is considered Dominguez's rookie year, isn't it?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. He doesn't have the requisite at bats. If he does, then it becomes his first pre-arb year. Never mind the draft. I know that confusion about the draft picks and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But if he hits the 130 at bats, then it'll become his first pre-arb year. Which I don't know if he's going to hit it. Mazza, 4 trainers in the building. What's good, my man?
What's going on, guys?
You got Kenneth. God bless you too, man. Yeah, exactly. NFE. How about that dumpster dive move?
Yeah, really. We should fire Cashman for that move. I mean, that was a horrible move. Should have never happened. But what do we know?
It shows that the fans are acting impulsively sometimes instead of with them brains.
I'll tell you what, though. That move to put Luke Weaver as the closer, went by this closer by committee thing, very smart move on Aaron Boone's part. I mean, he finally learned that Clay Holmes wasn't the answer, and he finally got his act together. But to put Luke Weaver in that role, very smart move.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Dominguez is currently at 71 at bat, so I don't think he's going to reach 130.
Yeah, so it won't be his first pre-arb year, so he'll still have 6 years.
Oh yeah, by the way, NFE put fire Boone for getting number 601 as manager.
You got to get rid of him, NFA. We can't be these 90-win seasons. This 600. You got to stop this, man. This madness.
No, we can't have this. This is not okay. This is unacceptable.
Stop this winning bullshit. You got to feed right in. We got to feed back. We got to go back to feeding in the talking points of firing Boone and Cashman. You guys are not making it easier for the trolls and the talking point people to have their weapons here. You're taking away all their weapons. We're defending the bullshit artists, all right? Stop it, stop it, Boone. I can't take it.
Some people need to think about this more realistically rather than what they want impulsively, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I'm sure. Look, if we go to the World Series and Holmes gets the last out of the World Series to win the 4th game, will anybody say? What will everybody say? What will everybody remember if that happens?
If he does,
will anybody remember the 10 blown saves?
Exactly. I know. If that happens and they bring him in, they're going to be shitting their pants until he gets the last out. We know that, right? But just bring some TP, and you'll be all right. If he gets last out, change your diaper, and it's all good. Fine.
But here's just a little something to think about. If we really look and dive deeper into this, where were the Yankees last year? What's up, NFE?
What's up, guys?
Last year? We were a sub 500 team at best. At best. All right. This year, which if you want to look at it real closely, the Yankees, here we go,
I think they have the
20
best.
or 32 games over 500.
32
games over 500, 8-2 in their last 10. They have a plus 147 win differential, which is better than both the Phillies and the Dodgers. Right?
Mhm.
So they're better than both the Phillies and the Dodgers win differential wise. On top of that, the fact that and I said this on Tatz's stream the other day, this is not a season we can afford to waste.
Yeah.
Look at what we have done this year. Giancarlo Stanton has been healthy for 95% of the season, which he has not been the last few seasons. Judge is another 50 home run season, which is unheard of nowadays. Soto is 40 home runs this year, has 40 plus homers this year. Stanton has 26 homers this year. Jazz Chisholm has 23. That is 5 guys with 20 or more homers this year. We cannot afford to waste this season because of, whatever it may be. We can't afford to waste it. And the fact that we still have fans who are complaining about Boone and Cashman and how they should be fired. Well, let's support the trolls there for a second. Say we can't have this winning anymore because this is ridiculous. But on a side note, I digress. We can't waste this season. This season's too special. We have too many guys in this locker room that are gelling way too good. We just had Cole pitch 9 innings in his last outing, which he hasn't done all year. So we've got a lot of guys that are gelling real nicely, and we cannot afford to waste this season.
Is this the first year since '61 when the Yankees had 240 plus home run guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think Ruth and Gehrig did it like 3 times or 4
yes,
times.
yes.
But we're talking almost 5 decades of having 2 guys both hitting 40 home runs or more.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Buckeye. We can't waste the Cole and Judge years. We can't, and we have to add Soto to that 3-headed monster.
Because here's the other thing, and I did a lot of thinking. Jason, you, NFE, and I have talked a lot over the past couple of months, but the most dangerous trio in this game would be Soto, Judge, and Stan, because when those 3 are men playing like men possessed, you can forget about it. Those are the 3 most dangerous hitters in the game. I don't care what anybody says. That is the most dangerous trio you will ever have. And I don't think we've seen a trio like that. And I don't think we'll ever see a trio like that again.
Yeah, he's deadly with the bat, man. I'm going to turn it to you, Anna, because you haven't said anything yet. But, brother, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers today, man.
Yeah, man. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you, guys. I mean, like I was saying on my live stream, I mean, I love doing it. But if it wasn't for the people that subscribe, like the channel wouldn't be where it is. So it's like I got all of you guys and gals that are subscribed. I got all of them to thank for. And yeah, Texas Buckeye, that was me at the game yesterday. I don't know if you see Buckeye's comment there. There was a fan in the stands, I guess, yesterday that he said, "Hey, NFE, that guy looks like you."
Doppelganger.
There you go.
I guess I was at the game. So there you go. But yeah, man, this team is different. This team is different. This is a different team. I don't know. I feel great about this team. They just swept, right? They just swept the Oakland A's. They've won. That was their first sweep since the Phillies series, and that's their 5th consecutive series win in a row. I mean, everything seems to be clicking with the Yankees. I feel like ever since the reinforcements came back for this team, and once the players started getting healthy and they made adjustments to the bullpen, everything just started clicking, and everything is clicking at the right time. And this is what I wanted in the month of September. And the Yankees are killing it right now in the month of September. They're 6 games ahead of the Orioles in first place. They just have to. The magic number's down to 1. And I feel like they could make that happen on Tuesday because I looked at the pitching matchup. It's going to be Kramer versus Schmidt. And I think the Yankees should be able to clinch that game on Tuesday. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel different about this team than I did about 2022. Not to say that the team in 2022 was bad, but there's just a different vibe with this team, man.
Yeah.
It really is. With this 2024 Yankees team, they overcame so much adversity, especially from June through August. Whereas like a month ago, I was like, I don't know. I'm having my question marks. I wasn't bashing the team. I wasn't bashing the players. I wasn't bashing Boone and Cashman or nothing like that. There was things I questioned, sure. But you know, I don't know. I feel good about this team, but I was confident going into September. I was like, yeah, this team's got to turn around. Once they started getting their players back, their reinforcements back, they just started making it happen, man.
We said as much. We said once the reinforcements come back, the team's going to be better because they're better than the backups, right? And we got so much heat from people saying, stop making excuses, stop defending Boone, stop defending Cashman. What happened when the reinforcements came back?
But I'd like to add one other thing. I think this is the first year that Judge has been on this team that he had a legitimate backup in Soto behind him or in front of next to him.
Yeah.
Even when Stanton got traded, he never had Stanton was not didn't have the patience of Soto. If Stanton had the patience of Soto, then I would say it's Soto.
And look how often Judge homers with Soto on base.
Yeah,
almost every time. That's one of the
also
percentage.
Here's an interesting little statistic if you really want to throw stats into this. And between the two series between Seattle and Oakland, the Yankees outscored both teams 39-11 in both the series.
Yeah.
So that should go as a sign of exactly what this team is made of. This team is built to win. And I don't want to hear from any of these haters, oh, but this team doesn't have maybe. No, this team is built to win. They didn't trade the pieces that they did to get Soto just to sit back and watch everyone else do something. They didn't trade the pieces to get Jazz Chisholm, who has been a spark plug for this team, which was mentioned in the comments earlier, Jason, just to sit back and watch teams do others. No, this team is built to win. I don't care what anybody says. Rodon has stepped up. He's pitching like a man possessed right now. This is what we needed out of him.
The only thing left is the championship.
Cole just pitched a 9-inning, what would have been a complete game, in 99 pitches yesterday or the day before. He pitched his ass off. And then you've got, Luis Hill, who's still battling every game to keep us in it. So this team is built to win. I don't want to hear anything less. You can try to argue that. You could try to dissuade that, but the facts say otherwise.
Yeah, and John Sue's got a question since how expensive would it be? Too expensive. How would it be too expensive for Soto?
Hypothetically, how expensive would be too expensive for Soto? I mean, look, some of the, I don't know if you want to call them insiders, they are already anticipating over $500 million. And I think it was Heyman that said it could get up to $600 million. I've been saying $600 million this whole freaking season.
Yep,
I've been saying $600 million.
I think we all have been saying around $600 million.
But I'm not going like I don't know about you guys, but I think I think $60 million would be outrageous.
Yes.
I think that would be too expensive. Would you? I don't know if you guys would agree with that.
60 a year.
60.
I don't agree. I give the man. You're gonna think I'm nuts. Give the man a blank check. Give him what he wants. He's been nothing but absolute money this year for us. I mean, he came off the bench after getting his knee banged up and got an RBI double in the 10th. That is huge. There's not any other player in this generation that we can say can do that. And there was a comment.
$70 million then?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
All right.
He's worth every penny of it. He's only 25. He's on the right side of 30. He is, 5 years younger than Ohtani. He's not injury prone like Ohtani is. And that's a guy I'd be giving the $70 million to. And I know people are going to get on me for this, but guess what? It's fine. Let them. I don't care. Ohtani's not worth $70 million. I don't care that he's a two-way player. The man cannot stay healthy. I'm not giving $70 million to an injury-prone player like Ohtani. I'm just not doing that.
That's fair. And this is what my guess was 50 million for 12,600. So,
Yeah, I mean, 50 mil I see as I feel like 50 to 55 seems reasonable.
minimum, I think a minimum 12 years.
It's going to be 12 years. It's not going to be anything less than that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Jason, there's a great comment here. It says 1 game behind Dodgers for best record. Yeah, let's fire Boone and Cashman.
That's right, Robert Johnson. That's right, baby. Dude,
Nobody will get 100 games this year.
nobody's going to win 100 games now.
And you know what? Someone did put in the chat, and I don't know if you saw this, Jason, that the Dodgers 3 is elite, and let's not forget about them. I'm not forgetting about them. The Dodgers 3 is elite, but they couldn't hold a candle to the Yankees trio right
Who's
now.
it? Ohtani, Freeman, and Betts? Is that their 3?
Yep, that's their 3. They couldn't hold a candle to the Yankees trio. Let's just put that out there. I'm not saying or taking anything away from Betts, Ohtani, or Freeman, but they're not Judge, Soto, and Stanton.
Yeah. Dodgers. Yeah, I don't see. Well, Dev, I don't know. And the Dodgers choked last year, but they didn't have Ohtani last year. So, this play, I don't know about you guys, but this playoff is going to be an interesting. I'm really curious to see what the Mets make it. I'm curious to see if the Royals and the Twins fall out of it. Like the Royals have lost like the last 7 or 8 games.
Yeah. Well, if you want an update on that, here's the crazy part about all of this, Jason, is that in the East for the AL, you've got the Yankees, Central is the Guardians, West is the Astros. And for the wild card, you have Baltimore, Detroit, and Kansas City. Minnesota got knocked out of the third wild card with Detroit's win. And then in the National League, you've got the Dodgers in the West, Phillies in the East, Brewers in the Central. You've got the Padres, Diamondbacks, and Mets for the wild card.
Just won 90th game today. The Padres just won their 90th.
Yes, they
game.
did.
Shout out to the person who made that comment. Shout out to that. Anybody guess Barney's trivia question? Is this the first that can be named the Yankee with 40 home runs and 10 triples?
Mantle? Mickey Mantle.
Would it be Mantle?
Maybe.
I don't know if he's ever hit 10 triples in a year.
I thought he got a lot of triples because
What was the question?
not the Mick.
Not to make Barney BS. It can be named the Yankee who had 40 home runs and had 10 triples in the same season.
Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig?
I don't think.
It wouldn't be Babe Ruth, but I can look.
It might be Lou Gehrig.
Soriano. Well, he was what 40-39 was 40.
Soriano. I thought Soriano hit 39, not 40.
No, man, not Soriano. Okay.
It might be Gehrig.
Gehrig, yeah. I mean, Gehrig will be a good guess. The last Yankee.
So that after Gehrig.
It's
Gehrig?
after Gehrig?
Babe did it in 1921. Wow, Babe Ruth, huh?
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth are in 10 triples in a
1931 or 21, he said.
1921. Holy God.
Well, Ruth had 16 triples and 59 homers in 21.
Oh, damn. That's a good one, Barney. That's a good trivia.
If he was playing today, he may have had 70 home runs.
Yes. Yeah. Maris. I don't think Maris.
No,
Oh.
Maris.
And in 21, he didn't even play in the old Yankee Stadium, which was built for him. So he didn't have the short porch.
Well, Ruth, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, and that's when center field was like almost 490.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell you what, though.
Weren't they playing in the Polo Grounds at that time before 1923?
I'm not sure.
They did play at the
old-
Polo Grounds.
The old Yankee Stadium opened in 1923. So that had to be the Polo Ground in 21, which had a much deeper ballpark.
Yep.
Barney
It
saying
was 481 to dead center in the Polo Grounds.
the last player to have 20 triples in a season.
Was that Curtis Granderson in 2011?
2011.
Maybe.
Was that Granderson?
Yes, it had to be
it was
Granderson.
Granderson. I believe it was Granderson.
It had to been Granderson.
That's another good trivia question, Barney.
Oh.
20 triples in a season? Wow.
Barney said yes.
Good job, NFE, man.
By the way, just so y'all know, the Cowboys lost today.
Yeah.
I think they only scored 3.
Let's recap this really quickly here. The Cowboys lost 28-25.
Yep. And then the Giants won today. They beat the Browns.
49ers lost. The Rams beat the 49ers 27-24. The Lions beat the Cardinals 20-13. The Panthers beat the Raiders 36-22. Seahawks beat the Dolphins 24-3. I'm not surprised because Tua is out until like week 8 with a concussion.
Of course he is.
The Giants beat the Browns 21-15.
I feel so bad for Tua.
By the
man.
way, the Jets destroyed the Patriots 24-3, if you were wondering.
Yeah, on Thursday. That was fantastic.
Yeah, so the New York team did well this week.
I predicted the Giants not winning more than 4.
I would agree. But the rookie Malik Neighbors became the youngest wide receiver ever with 2 touchdowns in a game.
That's fantastic.
Rookie. Packers beat the Titans 30-14. The Colts beat the Bears 21-16. The Vikings beat the Texans 34-7. And Sam Darnold, former Jets quarterback. He's quarterback in the Vikings, man. Sam Darnold. The Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. Ooh,
Mets are losing right now 1-0 to the Phillies in the second.
nice. Steelers beat the Chargers 20-10. Broncos beat the Bucks 26-7. Damn. And the Cowboys lost. Yeah.
But I do feel bad for Tua, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
I think he needs to quit playing football, dude. I think he needs to walk away.
That's his 3rd concussion already.
That's what I'm saying. I think
I thought they said it was his 4th.
Steve Young had 9, and he's
Yeah.
still quarterback with the 49ers. 9.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I personally think it's just he should probably just hang it up, man. Just because, man, you know what? It's like, your life is more important. Your health is more important.
What is he, 23?
Something. Yeah.
Do you think the Chiefs 3-peat?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
When's
Because
the
the Chiefs seems like the Bills, except they win. The Bills of the 90s.
The Bills,
They
yeah,
win.
the Bills are 3-peat Super Bowl losers.
No, no, 4-peat. They've lost 4 in a row.
2 of them from missed field goals at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I remember the first one against the Giants. It was
Yeah,
the last second it was the last play of the game.
Yeah, I remember that too. And this is, by the way, this is the last game for the A's at the Coliseum today, right? It was sold out.
Yep. Here's a trivia question for you. When was the last time the Yankees beat a team in their home ballpark on the last day it was ever going to be open?
Damn.
I don't know. Was it
Was
Seattle?
Was it Shea Stadium by any chance?
Twins in the dome.
Nope.
Seattle? Kingdom?
Nope. 1996 World Series Game 5 in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Fulton County Stadium.
Oh, wow.
They beat them 1-0. Paul O'Neill caught the fly ball
That was Andy
on
Pettitte.
the 9th to
I remember
record
that.
the final out.
Off of Luis Polonia. Hit that fly ball.
Off Luis Polonia. Yep.
Right.
Is that when Atlanta moved in 97?
Huh?
Atlanta moved in 97?
Yes, they did. They moved over to Turner Field, and then they tore that down to make Truist Park.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of trivia.
1996.
That's fantastic.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
And that must have been one of the shortest ballparks, shortest lived ballparks.
The A's still have 3 home games left against the Rangers. Oh, do they? Okay. They do have 3 home games left against the Rangers. Well, we swept them. That's all that matters to me.
I'm gonna tell you what, this was a huge series for us. I mean, the best case scenario, we come out 6 games ahead, which we are 6 games ahead.
Yes.
Worst case scenario, we're up 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they finished
Guess
5-1 on this West Coast trip.
Yep. And that's huge for us because we don't play
Mhm.
good on the West Coast.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. When Baltimore comes into town, they would have to sweep both this series and the final series to even make up any ground if they want to catch up.
And the Yankees would have to lose all 6 games, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think that will happen.
And I doubt that's going to happen.
No.
Not with the way the Yankees have been playing of late. So that's why this series was so big. This West Coast trip, like NFE said, was so big because of that.
1 game, man. 1 more win to clinch the division.
I'm very interested in what Beater can do. I'm very interested in him.
I think that he's got an advantage because not many teams are familiar with him, and he's a reliever, so you're not going to see him more than 1 time in a game. So if he's good, good,
pretty soon we're gonna have to talk who's making the playoff roster.
Jason, we have someone, Crazy Pat 71 said, Jason, I'm not Cashman's biggest fan, but man, what a pickup it was with getting Weaver.
Yeah, giving credit where it's due. Thank you, Crazy Pat. It's true.
No,
Weaver was big, man.
I think CC Sabathia was the last 20-game winner.
He probably was.
I don't know if he won 20 with the Yankees. Musina was.
Yes, he did.
He won 19 twice.
I think CC won 21 once.
I think Musina might be the last 20-game winner in his last season too.
Yep.
I thought CC won 21 games in one season.
With Cleveland.
Could you imagine if Musina stayed around for 09, how that would have ended his career?
I felt so bad for him after he didn't come back. I would have loved him to get a ring.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
It really was.
CC Sabathia won 21 games with the Yankees in 2010.
2010?
Yep.
Yes. His second year.
Good.
He went 19, 21, and 19 in his first 3 years. And he never won more than 15 after that.
So CC was the last 20-game winner. Musina was the second to last 20-game winner. No. Now we need to get Cole the 20 spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think makes the postseason roster? I mean, now that Dominguez is heating up and you've got Judge heating up, you've got Soto heating up, you've got Stanton heating up. Who makes the postseason roster in your opinion?
Chris Schmidt, what's happening? Everybody who played today. I think Dominguez makes it, but not as a starter.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think Dominguez is the 4th outfielder.
He's the 4th outfielder. I think so too.
Do you think John Birdie makes it?
Yes,
I think he should.
he should. Him and Oswaldo will be on the bench. DJ won't make it,
DJ LeMahieu, no.
and
No.
either Holmes or Leiter, one of them is not going to make it. I think.
I think Leiter's probably going to make it, unfortunately. And I say that because if I had to pick between Leiter and Holmes, I'd rather have Leiter there, and I don't like either of them.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think the third starter would be? Crazy Pat asked that.
I think it's going to be
Hill.
Hill. I think it's
Hill.
going to be
Louis Hill will be the 3rd starter.
Yeah.
I think they'll have Schmidt and Nestor Cortez in the bullpen. If they go to a 4-man, then Cortez will probably be the 4th man. I think. But
Maybe Schmidt. He pitched very well.
or Schmidt too. I mean, I think whoever's not in the starting rotation, I think is going to be in the bullpen because it gives them multiple inning guys.
Do you see Stroman in the rotation? Because that's the other question.
Not in the rotation, in the bullpen. I see him
in the bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see one game they do a bullpen an opener style game in one of those games.
Possibly. I just don't want them relying on Weaver for 2 innings every time out.
No.
I don't think it's fair.
That's
Weaver
so
should be
Hamilton makes it though because Hamilton, since coming back, hasn't been bad.
Hamilton, no. I think Hamilton makes it.
Do you think he and Weaver will swap out like they'll alternate between those two on who closes?
I think Weaver's solidified the closer spot right now.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. And now that Cousins is out, I don't know if he'll be back, but he
I think Cousins is not coming back.
Beater's probably going to take his spot. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton will be there. Probably Tim Hill because he's been pretty decent. I think Hill, not Meza. And after that, Canely makes it. Who else do we have here? Who else? I think there's gonna be an extra guy. I think Stroman will be coming out of the bullpen, so they're gonna do a lot. So I think they're gonna do some starters in the bullpen.
It'll be interesting though.
Yeah, and
it'll be interesting to see just because of how everything's played out.
Yep.
Yeah. And I also think the last month has killed Wells' Rookie of the Year chance.
I don't know if I'd say that. I mean,
you don't. In the last month, Wells is batting .212 with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .282.
he's been solid though. That's the thing. Like he's been a solid piece to this team.
I'll take him over Trevino.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just about to say that if we didn't have Wells when Trevino went down, I don't think we'd be where we are today. So you've got to give Wells the credit where he deserves it. And I really do think that if it wasn't for Wells handling that pitching staff when Trevino went down, we wouldn't be here in this position.
And Hill's probably taking the lead for Rookie of the Year. I would agree with that, Wayne. Hill's probably – was he 15 and 6?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Did he get the win today?
Yes.
Yeah. 15.
Oh, good.
Yep.
So we have 2-15. Well, no.
Rodon's got 6.
16. Sorry. Rodonis is 16. Sorry. And his ERA is now under 4.
Yep. And Jace Peter with their 120th loss, the White Sox tied the 62 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. Congratulations, White Sox.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Go, guys.
I do have a question. Maybe you guys might know this. But if someone is like at like a minus number for odds, does that mean that they are the favorites to win it?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Because right now, Luis Hill is at a minus 150 for AL Rookie of the Year odds, followed by Orioles' Colton Cowser, who's at plus 240, and then behind him is Austin Wells at plus 320.
Yeah, the minus number is the best odds.
Yep.
So Luis Hill is at minus 150, and then wow, that's shocking. Jackson Merrill of the Padres is leading that over Paul Skeens, who has been disgusting this year.
Yeah, but Merrill had been great also.
Yeah, Merrill's been good.
Skeens they called up late, right?
And he made the All-Star team, which is crazy.
Yeah. He missed a little bit of the season. Had he played the whole season, it might be different. But Skeens is ridiculous. I hope we face him against when we face the Pirates. It'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hill's been quietly putting together that campaign, and again, we'll get an extra draft pick if he wins Rookie of the Year.
And Jackson Merrill has had a very good season.
And Merrill's good, man. Merrill's really good.
I mean, as good as Skeens is, I don't know if he beats Merrill, especially since Merrill has been he has over 500 at bats right now.
He has.
I don't think has Skeens surpassed his rookie status this year.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Yeah, it's what is it, 50 innings pitch?
Is it?
Skeens, I'm pulling up Skeens' stats here. He's 11-3 with a 1.99 ERA,
He already has 131 innings.
131 innings, and 167 strikeouts.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's unbelievable.
He had a 199 ERA.
199 with an abbreviated season.
He is an animal. That's a different breed of pitcher, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but I hope he stays healthy.
I'll tell you what.
Hope it's not another Steven Strasburg.
I'll tell you what. A lot of guys that come out of LSU like he did, they've got very good coaching down there. That's
yeah. Jackson, 537 at bats, batted 292, 24 home runs, 89 ribbies, 16 steals, OPS of 829. So he's got he'll probably win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I really hope he gets Rookie of the Year.
What did Michael Ryan say? Wells got screwed out of at-bats for Rookie of the Year? I don't think so.
Let's pull up Austin Wells. Austin Wells. Stats.
There you go.
339 at bats. And remember, he didn't start until Jose Trevino got hurt.
So he has 334 at bats, 80 hits, 13 homers, a 240 average, and has 53 RBIs.
Yeah, 739 OPS. So that's pretty good for an abbreviated season. He took full advantage of his. Had he had the full season, he'd probably be looking more like Jackson Merrill right now.
Yeah,
that's what.
That's all right. And his last 15 games, he's hitting 212. His batting average has gone down in the past 2 weeks.
I'm just glad we have him here, man. I'm glad he's our catcher.
Trevino got way too much of the playing time. I think he got way too much of the playing time to begin with. I get it. You got to give Wells a day off, and you got to get Trevino in. But my personal opinion, Trevino should not have been the starter to begin the season.
I agree.
What do you think, NFE? You're muted, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Wells, he got the majority of the reps during spring training. I don't know why this guy didn't get the start during the regular season in the beginning. I mean, he should have been the guy, but and he's showing why. I mean, he has. Yep. I mean, he's been clearly more productive than Trevino. It's nothing against Trevino. I like Trevino, but you got to go with the better bat, the better catcher. And that right now, that's Austin Wells. And I know some folks wanted to question Wells' defense, but his defense has been actually pretty decent.
Defense has been fantastic.
Yeah. So I have no complaints about Wells. And I think Wells next year, I think you need to see a Wells Narvaez duo.
I would agree. I think they're going to look to trade Cortez and Trevino this offseason.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
And I know everyone was like, well, Trevino Cole matchup was great. No. Look at what Wells did for Cole. He really elevated Cole's game even more than what it was already at. And
he did.
And I know you and Jason, I know you remember hearing me say this. Wells needed to start catching Cole and watch what happens. And look what happened. His game got so much better when Wells was catching Cole. And I really think that with Wells' knowledge and his handling of a pitching staff, that tells you exactly why Cole's game got elevated.
Uh-huh. I think Trevino, if he's still here, then I think he'll be the backup. But Wells has earned the right to be a starter, no doubt.
100%.
Well, I expect a lot of moves in the offseason.
I expect
there will be a different pitching starting five next year.
Different bullpen too.
Bullpen.
You know, and yeah, I'm cool with Narvaez over what's his over.
I am
too.
Trevino.
I think the one thing that won't change is Soto. I think Soto stays.
Yeah, I think so. Stay still.
I think he loves the atmosphere of New York and the Yankees too much to leave. The announcer said it. Why would he leave if he's got a ballpark that is suited to him and where he has the best chance to win? Especially
And
when
he's surrounded by people who his Dominican community.
and
And
he's got Aaron Judge.
Keep an eye out for Narvaez, Wink. Carlos Narvaez.
Carlos Narvaez, yeah.
We think we got to look out for in the spring.
He's good defensively. Narvaez.
Yes, got a good arm too.
Yeah.
Got a good arm.
So with talking about next season, right? Because obviously I want to ask this question. First base, there's going to be a hole there. Do they give Ben Rice another chance? Do they call up TJ Rumfield? Do they go after a first baseman? Do they put Oswaldo Cabrera there? I would
give it to Rumfield. I would put him there, depending on his spring training, of course. But I mean, either Rumfield or you could potentially you might be able to put Jones.
Jones is not going to be up yet. At least not at the start of the season.
He needs some time. He needs some time in AAA.
He does.
Probably.
He does.
So, I think Rice deserves a shot. He's not going to cover off the ball in AAA right now.
I mean, there is one other option: is they bring back Anthony Rizzo for one more year on a lesser contract.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's not going to happen, man. I love Rizzo, but his best days are behind him. It's encouraging to see him still have his defensive abilities. He's looking like pre-concussion Rizzo, but I think just like DJ, his best days are behind him. You got to move on. You got to get younger, and this is something that a lot of us fans have been saying. I love Rizzo. Don't get me wrong. I love him as a veteran for sure. He was a great player, but you gotta start making some changes.
Yeah, I think Rice. I think they're gonna give Rice a shot, and then like you say, we have Birdie, we have Oswaldo Cabrera to support him along the way. So
we still have DJ as well.
So
DJ as well.
Hear me out on this, and there's one of two things they could do. TJ Rumfield, I love the idea of TJ Rumfield. I think that'd be great. The other,
he's got to win it out though. He's got to win it out in spring training.
He's absolutely got to win it out, 100%. The other thing is Christian Walker of Arizona is a free agent. So maybe if you got him on a 1-year deal, it doesn't have to be a long-term deal. It could be a 1-year deal with an option, for 2026. That you could sign him up for like $10 million or something. Doesn't have to be a big contract.
If they can do that, I wouldn't be against it.
You could add some incentives to it, and that actually would give you some stability at first while you see what TJ Rumfield has. And if Walker just doesn't pan out, then you at least gave it a shot. And then if Rumfield ends up being the guy, then bring up Rumfield. But those are the two options that you have, and especially since Christian Walker was someone that we had talked about, it might not be a bad option to go down.
Van 252, 26 homers, 82 ribbies, OPS of 810 with Diamondbacks.
And with Yankee Stadium being the way it's built, it might not be a bad fit for him.
Who are we talking about? Sorry.
Christian Walker.
Okay.
You bring him in, though, then that sets back Rumfield and Rice.
But here's the thing, though. You don't have to sign him to a long-term deal, right? And if he does, because let's say you do give Rumfield and Rice the shot and they end up not panning out, right? Then what do you do? Then where do you look? You know what I'm saying? So just as like something to fall back on if those two can't pan it or can't cut it.
It's possible.
I'm not saying you want to set your guys back, but it's just like a plan B in the event that something does happen to where they can't make it work with them. So, like if they sign Christian Walker, then they all have to be competing, and it'll give Rumfield and Rice more incentive to want to win that job.
Yeah, and also I wanted to mention too, because I know Ken mentioned it, and this was something that I've been saying for a while too. That Ben Rice could also be a trade candidate too, because the Yankees have a ton of catchers, right? So he could be a trade candidate, and if they're gonna, if they're gonna trade him, I mean, they could get something of value back. I mean, he has a lot of potential.
Goes right into Ken's point here.
Right.
They have no first base option in the minor leagues, the Diamondbacks. So he could be the first base option in the minor leagues.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees make a bunch of trades before the Rule 5 draft.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
They've got some decisions to make. I think the bigger decision is probably second or third. Does Jazz stay at third, or does he move to second? And if he moves to second, who do you sign for third? So,
well, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, at this point, can you really trust DJ anymore?
No, you might have to trust Vivas.
Birdie, some of these other guys, Oswaldo Cabrera.
We're talking about for first base or second?
Second
base. I mean, yeah, because that's going to be a interesting option there, right? Because Glaber's not coming back. I don't think the Yankees are going to send him back, right? So Oswaldo, Vivas, Peraza.
Peraza too. That's right.
Unless if the Yankees, which I know the Yankees aren't going to do, but I was going to say they could do something crazy and move Volpe to second and put Peraza at shortstop.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
and you also have Jazz.
They're not going to do that just because of the fact that Volpe won a Gold Glove at short already in his rookie year, so they don't want to move that.
Yeah, no, I get that, but Peraza is actually better than him defensively. I think we all knew that already. So
Peraza's elite with the glove.
Yeah, he is so elite with the glove.
Could Peraza play
I personally would do Volpe at second and Peraza at short, but I get why they won't do that.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that tomorrow. Honestly.
Yeah.
If we're talking on defensively, I would totally do that.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Peraza as a trade beat too.
I haven't even looked at what he's doing right now.
Peraza, he's hitting again. He's hitting again. And Buckeye's saying Jazz to second as well. Yeah, it's possible too.
It's a possibility.
Jazz to second is an upgrade. I mean, but it's not taking anything away from Gleyber Torres last month. He's torrid now. He's on fire. Gleyber Torres, but
I mean,
I would still
playing like a man possessed. Where was this Torres all year?
Yeah, maybe because he's only 27. Maybe he's going to secure a deal for himself. So maybe the Yankees will consider giving him a qualifying offer. But it's a gamble. Do you think
they do that?
It's a gamble because
the reason why I asked that, do you consider giving him a QO now that he's been playing better, or do you just say screw it, you're going on the market and we're not going to offer you a QO?
If you're confident that he's going to sign elsewhere, then I would give him a QO.
Well, Torres is 26 years old. Do you really think he's going to accept a $20 million 1-year deal?
That's what I mean. Like if you think like he can get 5 years, let's say $75 million from the Marlins or whatever, he'll take that over a QO.
Because it's no guarantee that Gleyber has a good season next year. So he can take either a 1-year $20 million deal, a $21 million deal this year, or go on the free market and try to get 70 to 100 million. Somewhere.
Yeah, and that'll be his one chance, like Javi Baez. What did he get? 140 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they're the team that will easily spend 70 million plus on Gleyber Torres for a few years.
The young second baseman, he doesn't have to play second. He can DH for a team too.
Yeah, Torres will turn 28 in December. So I mean, he's still young. Yeah, he could get I mean, I think whatever contract comes his way, I think it's going to come in the way of like a probably like a 3-year deal.
Could be.
I would have said 5, but because of how the season played out, and I know he's been tearing the ball off over the last month, which is great to see. I love it, but that needed to happen all year. Yeah, he was going to experience some slumps like every player does, but he started heating up like over the last month. He need that type of play that he has right now. That needed to be happening all year. You know what I mean? So,
and
but I think
we get his draft pick if he goes.
Yeah, only if he rejects the qualifying offer.
If
Which
you reject the QO and you sign elsewhere, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you get the
I
draft.
think he has to sign also for at least $50 million.
But I think he gets a 3-year deal somewhere. I think they would at least a team would offer him a 3-year deal. Like
I mean, why would you turn down $50 million or $60 million? So you can get it. Yeah, he's getting 14.2 now. Gets a pay raise and stays in the New York Yankees. I don't know if he's gonna. Honestly, Ken, I don't know if he's gonna come back. You know,
I don't know I don't know even what is the QO amount there.
21
I
million.
think it's like 21 million.
21 million.
Yeah. I think if the Yankees were to offer that, I think he'd take it. I'm going to be honest.
21 million?
He would take 21
I think he
million.
would.
I don't see a team giving him
Especially if
21
it
million.
means staying in the pinstripes. Yeah, I think he would take that.
He would take that in a heartbeat.
I could see a team giving him 75 to 80 million for 5 years, like 15, 16 million, and like that. And this is his only opportunity. I think this is his chance to get a deal like that, right?
Yeah. Unless he's confident he can accept the QO and have another good season next year.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, then he's destroying the opportunity to get a big deal.
Yeah,
That's the other gamble. That's his gamble.
that's his gamble.
You know, the
So he
Yankees.
can either accept
say
$21 million, or he can get that's a big gamble for him because if he accepts the QO, he's potentially leaving $50 million on the table. Well,
Yeah.
more.
Yes. However, on the flip side, let's say he does take that QO, right? He goes out and he hits, 270, 280, hits you 20, 25 homers, drives in 70, 80 runs. Now he's putting himself in a better position to not be leaving that $50 million on the table. Take a look at Cody Bellinger. Had a comeback year, and then
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know. Do you think he's gonna opt
I'm
out?
saying in the sense of when he was in his walk year,
Mm-hmm.
he had a comeback year, had a monster year, had a chance to score himself a lot of money. Nobody paid it because nobody really needed him at that time. But anyways, Torres is in the same position. He's in a walk year. If he takes a QO from the Yankees, has another outstanding year, he can get himself a nice deal. But that is, like Jonathan said, that is a gamble. He is going to have to accept taking or try, see what he can get now.
It's a Buckeyes going here too. A 1-year deal. He proves that he's worth the cash. And Torres wins that because if he takes the QO and plays well, the Yankees can't give him another QO. You can only give a player QO once. So
Yep.
he will be gambling on himself. So again, it's the Yankees' gamble to give him the QO. It's his gamble to. I mean, he could sit, he could sit all offseason because I don't know what other second basemen are available aside from him.
I don't know.
I'll take a look.
I don't know if there's anybody out there that's at his level. So he would be the top second baseman on the market. So that I think he factored that into, and he'd probably get paid. And if you look at the top 25 free agents, he's one of them.
So for second base, it's Glaber, Brandon Drury of the Angels, Jorge Polanco of the Mariners, Adam Frazier of the Royals, Brandon Lau of the Rangers and of the Rays, and David Bodie of the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Torres is probably going to be the highest paid of all those guys.
And only Brandon Drury and Gleyber Torres don't have an option. Everybody else has an option. So there could be potentially 2 free agent second basemen.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I gotta step away for a moment, guys. I gotta make a quick call here, so I do apologize. Yeah,
Go get him, bro.
yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, this
But
is
yeah.
this. Yeah, Buck. I mean, this is a gamble either way. I mean, whether the Yankees give him a QO or not, and if he accepts it, then he's betting on himself. But if he accepts it and plays like crap, then the Yankees could have gone with Jazz, who would be a third of the price.
But as I just mentioned, I think Tor, if he rejects the QO, he will be the top second baseman on the market,
Yep,
and everybody
is.
who needs a second baseman will give him top dollar.
yep, and his market will be established like that.
So his his value will go up. He's probably going to he might get the 25 million per year deal at least.
Yeah, did you see what Barney B said?
Cano batted 400 in the Mexican League this year. Yankees. Nah, forget Cano.
Cano is had his chance.
Cano blew his chance.
Like 3 times too. He's been popped like 3 times for juicing. So I don't know.
He was popped twice for it.
Twice, okay. Both times. Once when he was with the Mariners, the other time when he was with the Mets.
Yep.
Well, look, I liked Cano when he was on the Yankees 15 years ago, but I wouldn't bring him back.
They offered him 7 years, 175 million. He turned it down for a monster deal from the Mariners. So,
well, he left for the money.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
And I remember I went to all 3 of those games that the Mariners were at Yankee Stadium, and I remember how fun that was to be there because we heckled the hell out of him, and he deserved it.
He's 41 now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's older than 41. I think he's 42.
And this just goes to show how weak the Mexican League is. If you're hitting 400 or 41 in the Mexican League, people keep saying, you got to sign Trevor Bauer. He's dominating in the Mexican League.
The Mexican League is probably similar to AA.
If that.
Polanco is a worse fielder than Torres, believe it or not. That may be true, too.
Torres very likely will be the top second baseman on the market. So
I think so. I think the fact that he's going to be the top second baseman on the market will – any team that needs a second baseman will give him top dollar. So he could potentially be a $100 million player.
He could be. I mean, I still think he cost himself. He could have been $150, $160 million player.
Yeah.
I still think he cost himself
You
a lot
said
more.
and you and I spoke, Jason, and you said Holmes did the same thing, cost him millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Holmes, Verdugo, and Liberatores have all lost tens of millions of dollars with free agency.
Yep.
I mean, early in the year, I would think Verdugo would have been a candidate for a QO.
I would have thought so too.
Did you see Robert Johnson's comment, Jason?
We don't need any Jake Telsey. Is that you, Tolbert? My knees are killing me. If you're gonna pull this shit, at least you could have said you were from the Yankees.
I don't see that comment.
Robert Johnson. I'll put up on the screen here.
Robert Johnson. Oh
Tom
yes.
Burns.
You don't need any Jake.
Has Torres a free agent contract at 3 years, $21 million. $21 million per, Ken?
21 million.
Not 3 years, $7 million per. There's no way he's gonna get
it would have to be
21 million per.
I don't want Holmes back, honestly. I'm over Holmes.
Let me see his market value.
Holmes, yeah, I don't think Holmes is. I would move on from Holmes. So we have a lot of kids here. I mean, Clayton Beater can take his place. We have a lot of other young guys.
It says his market value is an average $7 million per year.
There's no way he's going to get that. And who's deciding that market value?
That's Spot Track.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to get 7 million. And now he's making 14 right now. So
yeah, there's not a chance.
I'll send it to you in the chat.
Holmes will be 32. Yeah, I mean, Beater's what, 20, 23, 24? Like
that.
He's a kid. Yeah. Torres, Verdugo's 28.
I do personally want to see if Aaron Judge is going to be in Steinbrenner's ear about Soto. And I say that very simple fact that he got in his ear about him last offseason when we traded for him. So I wonder if he's going to say, "Hey, you got to give this guy a blank check. I don't care what it is." So
I think we can all agree he's going to make more than Judge per year.
oh yeah,
There's
Of course he will.
no way.
I
There's no way he's
love
gonna
Judge.
make-
I love
think-
Judge. Judge
I
is
think
great.
Soto will give the Yankees more money than any advertisement that the Yankees any
And Judge is not
Soto
going to have
will make the Yankees more money
than
than
a pickleball
patch
court.
on their jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
love Judge. Don't get me wrong. I love Judge. Judge is our captain. That is our boy, right? But Soto is worth more than Judge. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He is worth
Judge-
every penny.
Judge signed his deal at 30. Judge signed his deal at 30. So
You
he went
think
for
the
750.
Giants may offer him $750? That would be.
Let the Giants offer. Go ahead.
I don't think it goes to $750. But
I don't think so either.
I said this from the beginning. Once Otani signed a $100 million deal, I think Boris is going to try to match the $700 million. I'm not saying he's going to get it. Boris is going to he has every reason to try to match it.
He has a better case for
His client,
for
5 years
Soto.
younger than Otani.
Yeah.
5 years younger.
I know people are like, but I would take Soto over Otani any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Yeah. Ken saying Verdugo's prospective contract is 4 years, $60 million.
That I could see.
What's the left field market look like?
the left field market.
I can tell you right now. The left field market is
It would be crazy if you give Verdugo and Torres qualifying offers. They both turn them down. They both
The-
sign. The Yankees get 2 draft picks.
The left field market is
Right.
Teoscar Hernandez,
Michael Conforto, Mark Hanna, Alex Verdugo, with Teoscar being the top dog,
Yeah.
Tyler O'Neill of the Red Sox, Austin Slater of the Orioles, Tommy Pham of the Royals, Jesse Winker of the Mets, and Jurickson Profar of the Padres.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ambria, I'm just going to play this right now. Money value means nothing. That's a talking point. Okay, 468. He's not going to get a penny less than $700 million Otani. Okay, not a penny less. I don't know who keeps bringing up this market value, and all this stuff, but that's completely irrelevant.
$700 million.
Every dime of the 468.
$700 million, $700 million. Let's
Yep.
put that to bed now. And honestly, this is realistically speaking, Soto could very easily get 14 for 600. Easily.
He could.
And
Yeah,
nobody would, and
Anthony
nobody would
Santander.
question it.
Anthony Santander.
Nobody. Yep.
He's going to get
Nobody
100.
would question it. We all know this, and I think we can all agree that if he got 14 for 600, nobody would question it.
Yeah. Mike
Because-
Shanko wants to get Devers for third base. The Boston locked up Devers for like 10 years, $300 million. But
Yep.
yeah.
So that would be
15
$42.8 million a year if Soto got 14 for 600.
Well, that would be I guess that would be my next question. Do you give Volpe a multi-year deal and lock up some of his arbitration years?
I would. I've said it for the whole year.
I would.
What would that look like?
I don't know if I would give him like a Bobby
$100 million
Wood Jr. deal,
No.
but I would give him a nice size deal to keep him around. Absolutely.
I'd
All
probably get 100 for 8.
8
And
years,
the
100
reason
million?
The reason why I say I wouldn't give him a Bobby Wood Jr. kind of deal is because they're two very different players in two very
course.
different markets in two very different teams.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, if it were me, you probably give Volpe 115 for 11. I think that would be fair enough because it's still showing. You're still showing him that you want him here, but you're not overpaying him, but you're still locking him up.
Mhm.
Because if you do the math, where are we here? 150 for 11 is 13.6 million a year, average annual value.
Mhm.
That's not a bad deal. And there might be an opt out in there.
And
Ken
you
brought
could throw an opt out in after year 5 or 6, depending on where you're at with that. So realistically speaking, that might be a deal that they could consider, just because you're not overpaying for him, but you're still showing him that you have interest in keeping him.
And the Yankees have a lot of shortstops in their minor league, so they could, or if assuming that's the type of deal he accepts, you could potentially move him to second base and call up one of your young shortstops.
Mhm.
Like Arias or Peraza.
Yeah.
Mhm. Arias is, I still think Arias is like 3 years away, but
Yeah,
that's
Arias is not ready. He won't be ready.
Oh no,
next-
I agree. But that's like as a future shortstop,
Yeah.
not a now shortstop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my guess is Arias won't come up before 26.
But your two, Jason, you and I have spoken about this, but the two main priorities are Soto and Cole. If Cole opts out, you throw that 10th year in so he can't be a free agent.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Soto, you lock up about as fast as you can blink an eye. I don't care what it takes. I don't care if I personally think that you need to worry about bringing back Soto because he was good for this clubhouse. He was good for this team, and he was good for those young kids. Because look at Dominguez over the last 4 games.
Mhm.
How much you want to bet Soto had something to do with that?
I think the Yankees need Soto for Dominguez specifically.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
They need that. I know Judge is the captain, but maybe Soto could be the Dominican captain.
Yep. Because that's a good point, Jonathan. Because think of it like this. You bring Soto back, right? Do you know how attractive that looks, having that kind of a superstar on your team, and people see that and they want to play with someone like that? You can attract a lot more players.
Mhm.
So
Dominguez
especially
is
in
the
the
left fielder next year, I think. Dominguez is the
so
left fielder. I think Joseph. I think Dominguez is the left fielder next year in place of Verdugo. And then I think once Stanton leaves, Judge becomes a DH, and then you got Spencer Jones out there with Dominguez,
yep.
most likely. Well, we'll see.
But I think if you think of an outfield of Dominguez, Soto, Judge, you're looking at a very formidable outfield.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing, assuming you do that, if you want Spencer Jones on this team long term, he has to be your first baseman.
Probably.
No, not necessarily.
Or an outfielder.
Because
he's like Ellie De La Cruz, talented wise, speed wise, and athletic wise. So
I don't know if I see Judge ending up at first.
No.
I see Judge ending up at DH, replacing Stanton.
Judge would end up as a DH, not a first baseman, if he can't play the field.
I'd rather have Spencer Jones at first base if it's not Ben Rice or whoever.
Yeah.
And keep in mind too, Rumfield can play third base too, so he could be an option for third base next year as well. No, he plays first and third.
I'm curious, is Runfield a Rule 5 guy this year?
I think next year.
Let's see.
Because if that's the case, they need to protect him if they're going to use him.
So, Michael, just to your point, no room for Jones. Not right now, but he's rated higher than all these guys. Spencer Jones. He's rated higher than Dominguez. He's rated higher than Judge defensively. He's rated like super elite. So they'll make room for him. Stanton doesn't leave. So no, I'd like to see Spencer Jones in 2025 next year. Get them development, but I don't see him up any later than 2026. Spencer Jones can. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys
Well,
think?
I see Spencer Jones coming up late in 20 and that late next year,
Right.
or if there's a big injury to say a guy like Stanton.
Yep. Yep.
So it looks like TJ Rumfield is a tier 5
Tier 5.
Let's see.
for
I've
prospects.
never heard of tier 5. I've only heard of tier 1, 2, and 3.
So tier 5 is players of interest worth keeping an eye on who may make or have made the majors but will provide minimal impact.
Let me see. When is the Rule 5 draft? Rule 5 update. Let's see. Who's eligible for the Rule 5 draft here? I'm looking to see what the list is. Why is it so hard to find?
I'm looking at it right now.
Mitch Spence.
That was last year.
Oh, last year. Hold on. Yeah.
They lost Spence in the last.
That's right. Here we go. Players eligible for the Rule 5 draft. Owen Cassie, Christian Franklin, Ben Cowles. More. Ed Howard, BJ Murray, Reggie Cristiano. I don't know some of these guys. This doesn't sound right. And how many of these guys are in the top 30 prospects? Does anybody have the top 30 up?
Top 30
Prospects?
Yeah.
Owen Cassie, Christian Franklin, Ben Cowles. Were any of them in the top 30?
Here, I got you. Who was it?
Owen Cassie, Christian Franklin, Ben Cowles.
No.
Owen Cassie is. He's 33.
What is he?
Owen Cassie, 33.
He's the number
but
33 prospect in baseball.
But they're not in the number. They're not in the top 30.
No.
And Franklin and Cowles, are they at all on that list?
No.
That's all that's popping up here right now. For some reason, it's got to be more than that. I don't know. Gotta look at this one. I gotta look at this more. Everson Pereira, he comes back. Is he Rule 5 eligible?
I think Chase Hampton might be.
Hampton? None of these guys are coming up here for some reason. Pereira. I think Pereira becomes a trade chip. Jarrett Cerna. Wasn't Cerna traded to the Marlins? Jazz?
Yes.
He was,
Yes, he
right?
was.
Roderick Arias. Yeah. I would watch out for Arias being a trade piece. I'm going to watch out for Arias. If we got George Lombard, too, I wouldn't assume Arias will be the guy.
I mean,
One of those guys.
A lot of people say Arias could be a great player, but so far he hasn't shown it.
Yeah. Offensively, he hasn't shown it, yeah.
And the Yankees have so much shortstop depth that if you're gonna get traded a piece of Arias, you want to get someone good back for him.
Amber is saying Hampton is eligible for Rule 5, so they're gonna probably put him on the 40 man.
Yeah, he will be protected.
Harrison Bader's a free. Bader won't go higher than Verdugo. Now that I'm looking at the market, man, there's a chance that they may get QOs, man. At the very least, Gleyber Torres.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
think they
what.
will.
Bet you Soto will get a QO and we'll turn it down.
Oh, yeah.
Soto will get one.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, but Soto is a different kind of player. I mean, this is not a normal human being that plays the game. I mean, I was at Citi Field when he was with Washington and he played the Mets and he took it out of Citi Field. I mean, this is
Mhm.
not normal. That is not a normal human being.
Mm-hmm. True. Judge is a minus defender this year. His fielding percentage is 1,000. How's that a minus defender? He has a perfect.
think-
He didn't make one error this year.
You think Judge could get a Gold Glove?
And
Yes.
Soto's fielding percentage is 9.996. So I think he might have made one error.
What's the formula for the Yankees to clinch the East?
I can see one more
So the
win.
Yan-
Magic number is 1.
The Yankees need to win one against Baltimore to clinch the AL East, and then they need a combination of a Cleveland loss, a Cleveland sweep, 2 Cleveland losses, or 3 wins, 2 wins and a Cleveland loss, or 1 win and 2 Cleveland losses for the best record.
Yeah. I mean, that gets him a bye and the number 1 seed. Home field advantage for the whole postseason. So,
Right now, if you want to look at it, because I can pull it up, the Yankees are ahead for the best record in the American League, I think by a game and a half over Cleveland, or 2 games or something like that.
Buckeyes, I think they give Cole the 10th year, yes.
Yeah.
Joseph,
Yeah.
what metrics are you talking
He
about?
outsells are getting
How does somebody with a perfect fielding percentage get to become a minus defender? What metrics are you referring to?
here. We'll put this one to bed too, Jason, because that's not a that's not
It's like,
a thing.
who creates these metrics? How do you have a perfect fielding percentage and you're considered a minus defender?
Aaron Judge has a 10 WAR. He is a 10 wins above replacement, 10 even for this year.
Embryo, all right, here we go. Chase Hampton, Ben, Fowl, Cowles, Franklin, Cassie. So we mentioned those 3 guys, and Hampton. Okay.
You want to hear something even more wild, Jason?
Huh?
Soto has a 7.8 WAR this season.
The beast,
Talk
man.
about wild.
Absolute beast. Absolute beast mode, man. I am gonna wrap this up in a minute, guys. I gotta go help my wife with my bedtime for the girls.
Okay.
Is notice the best path to the ball because he doesn't hook like right field. Is the path you take considered part of the metrics?
I don't know.
What's the mat? What the hell? Who the hell? What the hell? How does the path matter if you don't make an error?
Yeah, really. NFE, you're gonna like the one that Stephen B just said. He said, "Whoever thinks Judge's bad defense in center can kick rocks and get bent."
Yeah, dude. Crazy. Best path to the ball. Yeah, I mean, generally we don't have guys that big playing center field, so it's all right.
There's your WAR stats right there, Jason.
1 and 3. Yep, 1 and 3, baby.
Actually, I think Judge is the tallest second outfielder that ever, maybe. Right?
6'7", 6'8".
Yeah. I don't think anybody that's taller than him has either been an infield or pitched.
If I stand on a box, I'm equal height, Aaron Judge. So, yeah. I stand I'm 5'10", so if I stand on a 10-inch box, I look at him right eye to eye. I'll tell you that right now. No. Not like that makes any matter. Doesn't matter at all. But do we give Cole the year and offer 3 more? No, I don't think we do that, Buckeye.
No, I think
I think we give him the 10th
he'll
year.
get.
He'll
I
get the
think we
10th
give
year.
him the 10th year, and he retires as a Yankee.
Yeah. And hopefully
Yeah,
that's
no.
enough to put him in the Hall of
I was
Fame.
gonna say, Jason, I could jump up to Judge's height, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I can dunk on a 7-foot hoop all day long. So, but you know, that's not really much. That's not really much to brag about. O'Neal Cruz. Did O'Neal Cruz get moved to center field too? He's 6'7".
That's what the Pirates were talking about.
Interesting. All right. Discus Den, are you still in here? Is Discus Den still in here? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, well, exactly, Michael. Let's win the World Series and take it from there. Get that ship. And hopefully I'll see a lot of you at the parade if they win the World Series. So I'm going to the parade if they win the World Series.
Yeah, I was in 2009. I still have pictures.
I was there too.
I was there too in 09.
Michael Ryan, you're 6'6", dude. Tall dude, man.
I knew.
Yeah, I
knew a
remember
dude-
someone had a cardboard casket with Pedro's face on a baby, and it said, "Who's your daddy?"
Jeter is not defensively for his range. You know what's crazy? I mean, I never seen anybody through that. He always used to go to third base and do that throw and
Yeah.
always get the guy out of first base.
You want to know something? Everybody's predicting Yanks Dodgers for the World Series. Let's not count out Arizona. Let's not count out San Diego, please.
I'm not counting out the Phillies either.
I wouldn't mind
Don't
seeing
stop.
it. I wouldn't mind seeing an Arizona. I want a rematch of 2001.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too. Yeah. But
Yeah. We had that game too. It just little bloopers cost it.
and he hit it off Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
So it happens. Even the greatest of all time gets hit on occasion, even if it's cheap hits. And Tony Womack hit that double off of him though, and then Luis Gonzalez drove him in. And Craig Counsell he scored the winning run
You know
too.
what would be a fun World Series that I would enjoy seeing? Yankees and Brewers, because the Brewers have never made it that far.
Yeah, that's true too. Be kind of fun. And then we can steal Willie Adames for third base next year.
Yeah.
Phillies, yeah, I'm not on the Phillies. The Phillies are legit. So,
Yeah, Baltimore's on a major slide right now. Like,
yeah, they are.
how we were playing in June is how they're playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are getting oof.
I'm glad our slump was 2 months ago and not now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have us next, and we have Clark Schmidt going against Dean Kramer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know the Orioles are. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah,
They
we
were
have-
They have a great pitching staff. That's what it boils down to, man. Their pitching staff is not that great. Their
Too many
bats are,
injuries.
there's a lot of injuries to their pitching.
Yeah,
And
we
their
had
bullpen-
Schmidt,
their bullpen
Cortez, and
stinks.
Cole pitching against them.
And all we have to do is win one game against them, and we clinch the East.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah. So Schmidt Kramer on Tuesday, Eflin Cortez on Wednesday, and then Thursday is going to be Cole and Burns.
Oh yeah, baby.
That's going to be a lot of fun right there.
Oh, you said Wednesday?
Thursday
Right.
is Cole and Burns.
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday will be the game of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, if that's not game of the week, that there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I know that this is going to sound really selfish, but that game should be an ESPN game, not a yes game.
True.
It's on
That should be
MLB
nationally
Network.
televised.
That game will be on MLB Network.
Yeah, nice. All right. Well, let me recap really quickly. Any more football results? Because I gotta go help my wife with bedtime. Let's see. The Falcons are up on the Chiefs 7-0. And that's it. Tomorrow is Washington versus Cincinnati Bengals.
The most
Mets and Phillies are
unacceptable.
tied at 1 in the 5th.
All right. Jags got the Bills tonight too. Okay. 1-1 in the 5th.
Yep. Alec Boehm got his 95th RBI of the year. And
Zach Wheeler's pitching versus the Mets already are in the bullpen.
Yep.
Uh,
it was Tyler McGill versus Zach Wheeler.
yeah, and then McGill threw 4, and then Phil Matan came in through the 5th, and then we'll see who comes in the 6th. Wheeler's still in there.
Yeah.
64 pitches in 5 innings, so that's good for him. Cool. But gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming on.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, man, and congratulations again, brother. 1,000
Yeah,
subs.
and congrats.
Now we got to get Mr. There he is, pointing their finger right there. We got to get Mr. Mazda to 1,000 now too. We got to get 420 Express to 1,000. So, got to support the boy. Got to support the gang here. Got to support the family. So keep up the good work, gentlemen.
And
Thank
look,
you. Go ahead, Jonathan.
another thing, if any of you ever want me to come on your channel, just send me a text. I think you all have my number.
Will do, dude.
Hmm.
Will do, dude. And thank you all for coming on in the chat, for your comments.
Real
Great
quick, Jason,
discussion.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Kodai Singh is shut down for the remainder of the regular season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go for the
Yep.
Mets.
Saw that.
Go for the Mets.
He got another setback on his rehab stint.
It's a blow for the Mets right there.
Yeah.
That
So,
stinks. That stinks, man. Well, you know what? It happened to the Yankees. We lost Judge for 60 games last year. We lost Stanton for like 50. We lost Rodon for like 3 months. We lost Cortez for a month. So it happens. Injuries suck.
I mean, if Judge didn't go down last year, he could potentially have 360 straight home run seasons.
True. Yeah, McMahon, Joey from the shift, he's probably laying low, man. He's probably laying low. Doing his thing. Yeah. I'm sure he'll pop up every now and then. He pops up every so often. Joey from the shift. So, and he goes live a couple days a week too now. So, I don't remember which days, but he goes live a couple days. Man, so, but gang, thank you everybody for coming on in the chat. Gentlemen, you are the best.
Thank you.
Right here. Appreciate all of yous. I got to go up and do some bedtime duty now. So have a great night, everybody. Peace and love. Okay. If you haven't hit the like buttons, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to here. Strike Zone for Train Express. Let's give Jonathan some love too for being the PMVI, which is the Prime Minister of Valuable Intel. When valuable intel comes out, it's usually filtered in from Jonathan. So special shout out to Jonathan for that. That's a prestigious position. So he's earned it. Gentlemen, have a great night. Peace and love to all of you. See you next time.